Hey, David, great to have you today on the call.
Thank you.
Now, David, I want to just, for our friends who are watching this, I want to kind of go back in time. So if we were to go back in May, it's right around the time when you and I first met, April, May, right?
Yes, sir.
And at that point, how long had you been in real estate?
About a year at that point. I'd been part-time. I worked at a automotive dealer and hadn't done a whole lot, 2 transactions.
Okay, and what were you feeling about, your future in real estate at that point?
It was pretty unsure. I mean, I knew it's where I wanted to be. I knew what I loved doing. It was a pretty scary time for me because I wasn't having any success and I expected it to come a lot easier.
Now, you were talking to Donato Aleva over at Tom Ferry's office, and you and he were talking about getting into coaching.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm sure you had a number of conversations with him, didn't you?
Yeah. We had a couple really great conversations, definitely.
Okay, but I've got to put myself in your shoes. It must have been kind of scary for you to commit to getting into coaching and paying over $1,000 a month to hire a coach when you weren't even selling one house every 6 months at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I had, and actually when I made the decision to join coaching, I had just left my automotive job that paid really well. And I had no real security, no financial backing, not a ton of cash in the bank, not rich parents, nothing. So I had really no help and not a ton of income at the point, no income at that point, and no savings to speak of. So it was a hugely terrifying decision to make.
Okay. And you and I, we got on the calls and we started working together, and I started laying out for you a plan to create a world-class business.
Yeah.
And did that business show up in 3 weeks?
No, not even close.
Okay. Okay. But we talked about a daily routine. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And the importance, especially of a morning routine.
Okay. And we talked about knowing what you needed to do every day.
Yeah.
And then we talked about knowing what you needed to say in every circumstance. Is that true?
Absolutely.
And then July came around and you and I talked about you, who hadn't really made a sale in real estate since we had started talking, to fly to California, spend money on a hotel, and spend 3.5 days listening to someone talk about how to be successful. Is that true?
True. Yep.
What would have happened if you hadn't done that?
I think that not going to the summit would have been kind of a nail in my coffin in a way, because I wouldn't have gained the experience, the insight, wouldn't have been around all the people that have been in my shoes and have, a lot of whom still are in my shoes, and kind of living, check to check, moment to moment. I am so grateful that I made that choice to go to Summit.
So David, let me ask you something. Since you came back from Summit, how many appointments have you run?
Well, since I came back from Summit, I have so far scheduled and run 9 actual full-on true appointments, and over 25 appointments if you counted with a little bit looser guidelines. So
9 true appointments, and out of those 9, how many contracts have you written?
I have signed eight contracts out of those.
So how come you didn't get the 9th one? What happened?
It still may come.
And with those 9 contracts, David, what's the estimated commissions coming to you?
You know what? I haven't even focused too much on that exact dollar amount because I'm more concerned now with just keeping it flowing.
Okay.
But quick math, I mean, the average sales price of those 9 is $400,000. So 2.8, or I guess probably 3% of that, 400. So do the quick math here. So we're looking just shy of 100,000.
That's pretty exciting, isn't it?
It's great. Great.
So what's your confidence level now versus 4 months ago?
So my confidence level today versus 4 months ago is incredible. I mean, today versus August 9th, the last day of Summit. August 9th, I didn't have confidence. I didn't trust myself. I didn't think that I knew I could do a good job for people because I care and I'll work hard for them, and I know that. but I didn't have any comfortability or confidence in real estate and what I was doing. And from that moment on the ninth to now, I can't even tell you. I just trust and have faith. I know that, I will get there. I know that hard work and perseverance and doing the things I need to do will get me there. So my confidence is through the roof at this point, where even a month ago it wasn't.
David, if we started, if we started coaching today and you said the same thing to me when we started as today, do you know what your biggest challenge was back then?
Back then, just confidence and getting anything done.
Exactly. And if you were an agent who hadn't been making a lot of sales, but one sale every 6 months, and you ended up on the phone with someone named Donato at Tom Ferry's office, and they told you that coaching was going to put a plan together and help you execute and hold you accountable to that plan, and you were on that phone today, though, even though you hadn't been making a lot of money, even though you couldn't afford it, what would you say to that guy today if you were on the phone with him today?
I'd probably say a lot of the same things I said in that initial conversation with him, which was what my goals are. I intend to help 10 families at least per month buy or sell a house. And I still to today, that's my goal. It's just that now, that first conversation I had with Donato, I felt like that was a crazy number and possibly unachievable. And he said, no, it's not. It is absolutely achievable, and we can and will get you there. And I didn't really believe that at that time. I felt that he meant that you guys would help me. But now what I see in the things that you and I have worked on and the experiences I've had, absolutely, it's achievable. And it is so exciting that I'm on the way to doing it.
Well, that's incredible. If you're watching this video with David and I just want to encourage you to tell Donato yes, and then sign up for a Tom Ferry event, and hopefully you're going to get to meet DavidJames at that event and see him face to face. David, I want to thank you so much for being on the call today, and I know that your hope that you're sharing with the public is going to have a tremendous impact and changes people's lives. So appreciate you showing up today.
Absolutely. It's the best choice I ever made for so many reasons, more than just business. So if you're on the fence, cross the fence and just sign up, because it'll help. It'll change your life.
Hey, man, thank you so much for being on the call. And I'm going to go ahead and end the recording now.
Awesome.